So I saw a post in the EVMUX users group concerning using presentations, and I think there was a little struggle where they were having to manually put the slides on the screen. So I wanted to go over something that could be a fix for that situation and just a little bit different workflow to make things a little bit easier. So there's a number of places where you can create presentations. You can do it, of course, in PowerPoint, or you can do it in Canva, and you can take those presentations and import them directly into EVMUX to be displayed on your screen. So in this case, I'm just going to take one of the stock presentation forms out of PowerPoint, and I'm just going to tell it to use this template and create this presentation. Okay, so we got to have a multiple page presentation here. For this purpose, I'm not really concerned about what the content is. I just want to show you how we can actually use it in what we're doing. The thing that you can do to make it work well for you in EVMUX is to take this presentation, and instead of saving it as a PowerPoint, go ahead and save it as a PDF file. So we're going to say File, Save As, and then our drop down here we can change it to PDF, and I'm just going to call it Test Presentation. Okay, and I'm going to save it where I can easily get to it. So I'm going to browse to a location and save it on my V drive. So that's saved. So now we're done with PowerPoint. We're not going to display it in PowerPoint. We're going to go ahead and get out of it. Then we're going to come over to EVMUX. Okay, so within our EVMUX program, I'm going to use this as the place where I'm going to put my presentation. So I already have a scene set up, and this is where I'm going to add my presentation. One thing I noticed is that it's not as easy to handle this type of media over in the dynamic scenes. The dynamic scenes is really where it's set up pretty much like you would a Zoom presentation. You have more flexibility over in Pro Scenes. So in Pro Scenes, I could use this box right here to put in me as the host. I can enter another box down further and have my guests in there, so I can have both of us on the screen. And then what I want to do here is use this area here to hold my presentation. So what I'm going to do is add new layer, and then we're come over to slideshow. Okay? So that's a feature that is in EVMUX for showing slideshows. Okay, what we're going to do here is click on new slideshow. So it gives us a name, new slideshow, and I'll just call this slideshow test. And then we can come down and click on where it says slides. We can do add slide. To me, this kind of threw me off a little bit because my thought was that I was going to be adding a single slide. But pay attention to what happens after this. I'm going to say add slide, and then I can say upload. Okay. At this point, I can navigate out to where I stored it on my V drive. I'm going to sort it so it's at the top. Then I'm going to click on test presentation, that PDF document, and then say OK. Over here, we see that it's working to upload the file, and it'll let us know once it's done. Okay, it's finished now. So we have test PDF over here. Okay, so I can go ahead and click on it to select it, and then click on done. Now, if I scroll down the list, I'll see that it not only added one slide, but it added the entire presentation. So I can take that presentation, I can click on it. Okay, so I back out here and I have my slideshow. So I can click on that slideshow and it adds it to my screen over here. Now what I can do is go ahead and move it wherever I need to move it. I can resize it so that it fits where I want it to fit on the screen. Okay, so we're good there. Then I still have my area over here to the right where I would have the host and the guest, and that's going to work for me. And all I need to do to advance the slides, I do have, it shows me slide 1. I can click this arrow and it's going to advance to the next slide and so forth. If I need to come back, it will do that. Also, what you have here is that within EVMUX, if I go into settings and then I go to hotkeys, if I scroll all the way down the list, it's near the bottom, went too far. There is a section for slideshow, and it tells you next slide, the hotkey is alternate and the arrow down. Previous slide is alternate and arrow up. So I can use my keyboard here. I can hit the alternate key, arrow down, goes to the next slide. Alternate and arrow up, it goes to the previous slide. Okay, so that's one easy way to be able to add slides to your live stream and be able to control them easily within EVMUX. Another thing that you can do here, since you can use those hotkeys, you can also map that to your stream deck so that when you press the appropriate button, it's going to take that action and move you backwards and forwards through your slide presentation. Again, this was an easy way to handle doing your slides. The key to it is to set up your scenes in pro scenes rather than in the dynamic scenes, and it should work a lot better for me. So if you have any questions, just let me know and we'll be happy to go over it.